It's a nice evening out. Nothing to do. Good day at work today. People mind their business. The boss was nice today. Co-workers, oh, good report came in from headquarters that your unit doing good. It seems like when you're doing good, making money for the company, and making the company making money, it's trickle down effect. It's nice, feels good about it. So today you said you want to go out. Yeah, just have a little fun, maybe just socialize a little bit, right? And you get dressed and everything, you go out, and you decide to like, okay, I don't want to drink too much, but I just want to just go out and feel good. And you get to this place, and you go in. Oh, you're looking good and everything. Few people there, not too many, and you're looking around. And as you look around, two eyes meet you, and you acknowledge the look. Oh, you smile, they smile, you keep going. About 2 minutes later, somebody come over. Hey, how you doing? My name is Joe. And you say, my name is Sarah. Okay, how you doing, Sarah? Small talk. You in this area? Yeah, I don't live too far. Anyway, so Joe says, did you care for a drink or something? Well, just one. Okay, good. And you have a little light talk, right? And now, no one else comes over, say anything to you too much. Hey, how you doing? I met you before, little stuff like that. Boring, more. So Joe come back over. Sarah, seem like you live around here a little bit. Can I get your number? So she said, sure, why not? So they changed numbers. And Joe was excited about the number. He smiled on his face and everything. Okay, good. So after a while, Sarah decides she wants to go home. And she acknowledged that she's leaving. So Joe say, you have a way of getting home? Can I take you a ride home? Ooh, this man's concerned about me getting home, but I don't know him. He said, well, I'll tell you what. So Sarah said, no, I'm driving. Not too far. Said, I'll follow you home, make for sure you're all right, because you know how it is in town, around neighborhood, this and that. Other things can happen. Oh, that sounds honorable of you. So he follows her home. She said, oh, that was nice of you following me home. Would you care for a cup of coffee? So, of course, Joe said yes. And that cup of coffee lasts to 2 cups of coffee. Next thing you know, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Time to get up, go to work. All right? So, the next day, another situation, the phone rings, conversation, and little light talk, yada yada, all that good stuff and everything. So, now, it's like a regular thing, a routine more or less. So you get to know each other a little bit, conversation, next thing you know, another day, another morning. And that's why we come today, just to talk about these little things that happen, because now you are in a relationship, okay? And now, Sarah and Joe is in a relationship that is special. They seem to be getting accommodating each other. They are united in such a way where they communicate. But, the regular, usually communication. How was your day? What are you doing? How's everything going? What's your color? What's your sign? All that yada 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 stuff, family, everything like this. Where you from, what you do. Okay, now, as the relationship grows, they become accustomed to people, helping people, being there for the people. Relationship, more or less. Almost like a coaching session, you know what I mean? Like, oh, this couple is a go-to couple, you know what I mean? So anyway, they are united. They're doing good for each other, doing good for people, families, friends, everybody. So one day, after maybe a few years now, oh yeah, a few years are going by now, they've become attached to each other, accustomed, used to each other, and a few years say that it's time for upgrade. So Joe makes the approach about upgrading. Sarah said, all right, why not? We are together. We, you know, good to be together. And they upgrade. Upgrade means like, well, let's do a wedding, make plans, everything's good, supportive of families, friends, and everything. And now they're married. They've only been married maybe about 4 months now. Something happens. Something happens. Wow. Sarah started coming home a little bit late. Joe's not paying any attention to it too much because the jobs, the profession more or less now is taking them to different levels and everything, different venues. And they don't question each other too much about what happened on the outside and everything, right? Anyway, one day, Joe discovers that Sarah's talking with somebody over her phone messages and things, right? And one night, he wakes up, the phone is going off. He doesn't pay it any attention too much, right? So he get an opportunity at some time to check her phone. Come to find out, around late at night, they've been texting each other, Sarah and some guy. So Joe's like, confronts her now. What's going on? What's happening? So she doesn't say too much about it. She gets a little attitude, this and that and the other. No, it's nothing to it, nothing about it. So one day, Joe reads a couple of these text messages. Wow, this is heavy. So he confronts her again. Now, she's confessing. Well, you know how it is, you're never around, you're always tired, you always sleep, you're always working, you this, you that, Okay, now, what's going on? Well, Joe don't push it. He doesn't push it too much. Come to find out that they went to a gym. Yeah. So Sarah started stopping by the gym. Not taking Joe. Now Sarah goes to the gym. She gets into sessions, training, all that good stuff. And next thing you know, the involvement. Well, one thing leads to another one. And this happens all the time. One thing leads to another one. But the point of this is now that Joe is upset. He's upset because he feels that Sarah has betrayed him. He's not mad with the person, but he's upset with his wife. They've only been married now a few months. They've been together for years. And now you tell me that you don't trust me? And you coming out with these little weak excuses and things like that? So Joe files for the divorce after, talking to her a little bit more about what's going on. You're going to drop this person or what? And she said, yeah, but she doesn't. She doesn't drop him. She doesn't leave him. She continues the relationship. And Joe can't take it anymore. So what it is, wonderful people, is that Joe, being a husband, being a man, but he's not really the man of preparation. See, in life today, we have so many of our men, young men, they involved, they're in a relationship, they get married or have children, they're not prepared to be real men. And then they're not prepared to give the wisdom and understanding of how to approach a certain situation, a delicate situation. For one thing, Joe did not talk with Sarah enough to know her life or know about her or answer the right question. Sarah did not talk to Joe about What's his intentions in life, his situation, where he's coming from, and who he is. His background, his anything, his everything. This is why we have communication so important today in a relationship. Too many times we start off a relationship having sex rather than start off a relationship being friends and not to know each other, to get to know each other. Just have that relationship as far as I understand each other. That's the key, understanding each other. And then getting back, getting back to Sarah, there were things which we call red flags. Red flags. Sarah started off with dropping red flags. For one thing, never you let somebody follow you home that you don't know. You just met the guy. Red flag what? She let her guard down. She crossed that boundary. She put herself in a situation of danger. She doesn't know now who he is, what it is about. Okay, come to find out, he seemed to be a good guy. Seemed to be. So, first thing happened, she invites him to a cup of coffee. No, coffee come later. I'll meet you at the Starbucks or someplace or one of the other places for the coffee, you know what I mean? And we'll have a cup of coffee. So now, red flag. Staying overnight. First date. Red flag. Not even a date, just a situation, get to know each other. Alright? Sarah dropping these red flags all over town. All over town, so to speak. So, this is what happens in life. We disregard those red flags. We disregard those situations that come about, not paying attention to our life, not paying attention to what is happening in our life. So you become vulnerable to things and situations, getting involved with people and situations, and then moving on down the road. By Sarah going through maybe some issues at work, emotion, I would say too much financial, even though they may have a little financial issue or situation, but the emotional, the triggers they call it, triggers. The trigger was that somebody to pay her attention, somebody to give her a compliment, and then something happened about compatibility. Joe wasn't there when she needed him for that special moment, that special time in a woman's life. That special time when a woman said, hey babe, look here, what's up? What's going on? I need something. But Joe is now tired, sleep, he's working. He's have a mindset about success, a mindset about the future, a mindset about, well, we can sacrifice this moment and move on and do what we got to do, make things right and make things even for the future. Sometimes you got to stop what you're doing and do what you got to do to take care of the brood of the situation. So now, someone has moved in. The triggers, and the red flags. Red flag was that she started to come home a little late. Joe should have talked with her again. Hey, what's going on? What's up? Even though, you know, the job might require you to stay a little bit later. But I would like to know, like, what's going on? It's a thing in your life. You're not yourself. You're not your usual self. And that's taking advantage of taking the situation and to discover and to find out how you can maneuver in that situation. But by him not being a mature person, by him not being that person of understanding, maybe he didn't have a father or a grandfather or uncle, somebody to guide him or lead him through certain things. Sometimes we just in a situation where we think we might know what to do. But sometimes it takes time to meditate, and take time to get through, and take time to write down, and take time to just get to talk with somebody, to find out, or counsel what is happening. And then you can bring it through. So this is why we come today. Divorcing, porn, lust, sexual addiction. This book is there, and this story is there about this wife being addicted to something. Maybe close connection with somebody that's in the gym, maybe, you know what I mean? And maybe she discovers that something in her past that brought her back to attention, back to that place where it's, hey, sorry husband, but dude over here, you know, a little bit more compatible. And that's what can happen too. That's exactly what can happen. Because of the maturity, of the pain, of the shame and the guilt sometimes. And put you in that place, and it can be subverted to a point where it takes years sometimes to bring it back to life. And then all of a sudden like, oh my God, yeah, okay, I remember now, okay? So this is what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching part 2, this message 2. And we'll go to next other messages to bring this awareness to what's happening in life. Porn, lust, sexual addiction. They can move to destruction of families, lives, relationships, even lives. Domestic violence. Yes, sexual misconduct. A lot of things can happen. Lust of the flesh, lust of the eye, pride of life. Doesn't have to always be about sex, but how about the greed for money, the greed for power, the greed for things? Those are lust things, situations. We got to get over those. And this is why we come to get over those, to talk about these things, to let it be known that we can do this together. And together we stand, divided we fall. But then information comes very, very near and dear. Experience is even better. And that's why we share our experience and the experience of others, put it all together to bring it to you so that you can be free. You may not have to go through these situations. You'll know what to do to avoid those things. Because I do believe they truly loved each other, but not the love that is needed as a cohesive, binding, unified, one flesh. So with that in mind, wonderful people, thank you, bless you, and oh, by the way, subscribe to our YouTube channel, okay? With this in mind, Michael Jones, in and out. Speaker, inspirational speaker that is, all right now. Life coach and writer, spiritual provider, using gospel messages and principles to inform and to give hope, wisdom, confidence, and to stand in storm in the challenges of life, to go above and beyond the ordinary, not to equal, but to excel, desire to excel, always. Thank you. Bless you.